Bon, alors, we're going to continue this Newcastle series. We're actually going to kick it off player by player, position by position. I'm going to start off with the left centre-back. Why? Because as much as we have currently our starter, which is Sven Botman, he's thankfully coming back from a long injury at the middle of last season, which kept him out. He's coming back early this year, thankfully. However, we can't depend upon that lack of fitness because he's often injured. It's not the first time in, I think, the last 2.5 years he's been with us. So we have Dan Burn as the best backup we could possibly think of because player of the season last year. However, we can't depend on that. So I would go and find a rotational option, which may hopefully become an alternative, a replacement, to allow us to bank in on Sven Botman while he's fit, hopefully. My first alternative would be Jarrad Branthwaite from Everton. If you guys know him, you know why I'm putting him forward. He's obviously Premier League proven, tested and proven with Everton over the last 2, 3, 4 years. Come from their academy, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. He brings that English academy mentality. He's good on the ball, not as a ball carrying defender, but he's good on the ball as in he's efficient, he's safe, he doesn't take too many risks. He passes the ball simply, and he has great vision in the construction because he can move forward to ask for it again, or he is very good in building from the back and allows his teammates to be forward, to carry forward, and he's precise with his passes. So that, from my point of view, is the best alternative, or, as I was saying, rotational right now. Correct me either if I'm wrong. If you have any other alternatives, choices, please bring them up. Comment. Alors, we're going to continue with our left centre-back for Newcastle. Presented young Everton alternative, Jarrad Branthwaite, in the previous video. Now I'm going to push forward a kid who just came onto the scene in the last year and a half. Unfortunately for us, left the Arsenal academy for, I wouldn't say greener pastures, but he followed what he wanted to follow and went to Man United, is Aiden Heaven, correct me on the pronunciation, please. Great centre half, repositioned initially by Per Mertesacker because he was initially playing as a 6, and therefore it already proves his ball carrying quality, it proves his passing capacity and his ball recovery, which is why then Mertesacker during his academy days ended up putting him back as a centre half to carry the ball forward with the rest of the team. It's also why Man United very heavily went after him. Not reluctantly, they went very hard on him because they absolutely wanted his type of player, that type of player in their lineup, and understandably so. I wanted us to keep him. Obviously, they won't sell him, or I highly doubt they will, unless for an absolutely atrocious price. So I would go in on loan. Why? Because I think Man United, if they don't let go too many players, they can have a full squad and not really have a spot for him. And I think having him at Newcastle, they can offer for a year or even 2 this plan in the short term to give him more game time, Premier League experience, Champions League, in the Cups. And I think for his career, a loan to a Premier League team can only be profitable for the host team, which is United, for the receiving club, which would in this case would be Newcastle, and it would lighten the burden on Sven Botman. So I don't see a downfall there at all. Let me know what you think. I'm looking forward to hearing alternatives for that profile as a backup, and it would allow us to keep Dan Burn as an alternative rotation option for the left back. Let's continue on this Newcastle adventure. I will leave the left centre half. Let me know alternatives if you have any. We're going to move to right centre half for the simple reason that we currently have Fabian Schär. Love him. He's been getting better and better, even though he's not getting any younger. And honestly, I don't see anybody as a feasible alternative to fully replace him right now or in the short term. So I'd have him as the starter. I'd bring in a backup, a youngster who's already got quality, already has proven in a couple of clubs some qualities that they can bring, but can only learn and go forward. My first option, now bear with me here, he's French, hasn't played much, he's at Chelsea right now, but they brought him in for a reason, as they've been doing with the number of talents that they've been holding at the club. So we're going to see, by the way, small brackets, small parentheses, we're going to see a repetitive theme, which is Chelsea. I'm warning you. Let me know in the comments what you think. So to come back to this player, French, young, I think he's 19. Chelsea bought him about a year ago, and it is Mamadou Sarr. So he's played in League One in the French league. He was a starter. He's proven already his worth at such a young age for a high-level match opposition. He is capable of a lot. He has obviously mistakes. He's only 19, but he does have a quality on the ball that some English defenders might not bring. Within the difference in styles of, upbringing, France versus England, the game style is different, and I think having that quality of ball on the ball as a French centre-half can bring a little extra to Newcastle. Don't get me wrong, again, Fabian Schär has goal-scoring qualities as a centre-half. I think Mamadou Sarr can bring a little bit more just in the ball control, less panicky. However, still obviously has a few things to tweak defensively just through game time experience. And I think that for the next 2 years, with Fabian Schär obviously still being the starter and not getting any younger, is right now one of the best alternatives I can figure out. If you have any other shouts, please reach out in the comments. Let me know. We'll talk about it. And I'm looking forward to see you guys in the next one. I'll bring another backup alternative to Fabian Schär. Except that now we're going to finish last alternative for centre half. It's going to be actually the last option also for a right-handed centre half. And this one is a bit outside the box. I've only seen him towards the end of this season and during the summer, because he's been talking. There's been talks about him, simply because of his young age, his physique. He is nearly 2 meters tall, 18. Some of you may have seen a recent picture of him nearly manhandling a certain Romelu Lukaku in the Serie A. His name is Giovanni Leoni. Right-footed, tall. Obviously the physicality coming from him, because on top of being tall, he's not even that lanky, he's not even that skinny. You see the strength coming from him. For that height, he's a bit like Dan Burn. He's quite mobile, quite agile, and honestly, I mean, maybe we could improve his ball carrying, his game in possession. That is also to be seen. I haven't seen enough of him in that regard to judge just yet. However, he can only go forward from there. And honestly, I think for a team with Newcastle's ambitions, a cup, Champions League qualifications, he's coming from, I think, I was just remembering, but it's Parma. And honestly, it can only be a step up for him. Can take over Fabian Schär in the next 2 years, if not sooner, given the talent that he is. So let me know I'm looking forward to hearing other names, alternatives, because obviously haven't covered everyone. But let's discuss it. I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Don't forget to like, comment, and follow.